What's going on, everybody? Long time no see. Hopefully that will hold. I don't know. We'll see. I was explaining in my last video on let me get this microphone right. I was explaining in my last video on how the hell I was gonna do that. I think I figured it out. God damn, that's hot! Anyway, this is the best I can do. I got a load. I'm in Ogden, Utah. Here's Roxy girl. Roxy, Roxy, Roxy! I'm in Ogden, Utah, going to, I don't know. I can't even fucking remember. I don't even have an address. All I've got is Interstate 80 and Exit 84. It's Morton Salt, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. Excuse me. I'm gonna back up out of here. I won't be able to make that right turn out of the lot in this fucking truck. Just KW 900 don't turn worth a shit. So yeah, I've been having it out with my dispatcher, believe it or not. I thought we kind of like had a somewhat of an understanding, but apparently me asking for a physical address was trying to get out of the load, which I don't understand because the company I work for is a no-force dispatch. So if I didn't want the fucking load, I wouldn't have took the load. And I'm gonna really try to watch my cussing. Trying to work on that. So basically, I'm using my phone. It's basically 15 south to, I think, 215 south to 80 west to exit 84, and then follow the fucking sign. See, I did it again. Follow the signs to Morton Salt. We got a 10:30 appointment, so we will see. I think this is the way you get out of here. You ever come to a truck stop, you get in, you know, late at night or whatever, you're just exhausted, you get in, you find a spot, you're like, ah, yeah, I got me a spot. And then you have no fucking, there it is again, you have no clue on how the hell to get out of there. Ooh, that's a little bumpy. Ah, this is the way.
600 feet, turn right onto West 2100 South.
So here's the deal on this one. I'm supposed to pick up at 10:30, go 580 miles to deliver tomorrow morning at 0700. There is no possible physical way legally. Got almost 10 hours of driving. Then you got to take a 10-hour break. There's 20 hours right there. I told my dispatcher that this morning. He was like, I agree. So what time do you think you'll be able to deliver so we can set an appointment? I was like, I don't know, man. It just depends on how fast they get me in and out, you know? I mean, if I get in there and get unloaded, I still, you know, it'll be probably about noon, I don't know, 2, 3, fuck, I don't know, it just depends. That's just one of those deals where, you see, this company has two parts of the company, one United States and one in Moldova. Which is a European, and 98% of the dispatchers are in Moldova. So he's just like, I don't know, man. Like, has no common sense, no judgment. I don't know. So it seems to be holding up pretty well. We'll see. Got really cold in here last night. But yeah, I had an APU on this thing. It quit working. I told my boss, he said okay. Never did anything else about it. But yeah, it just keeps saying overheating. I checked all the lines and stuff. It's the valve's on. There's no leaks. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. But yeah, I'll tell you what, Salt Lake City it's packed. I had a delivery yesterday morning, but I arrived Saturday morning. Got my truck washed across the street at the Blue Beacon, and I was like, hey, there's Flying J across the street. Let's just park there. And it's so packed there, it's ridiculous, man. It was just you couldn't get out if you wanted to. It was just like sardines. But yeah, I spent $148 and some change, so we'll just say $150 on a truck wash. Now I get reimbursed for that, but I have to pay for it out of pocket, which is no big deal. My truck was nasty, so I paid for it. Man, I'll tell you what, they did a shitty job. I was kind of pissed. I was wiping the dirt off. I have spikes, hubcaps. I was wiping the dirt off because you could just see the film all on there. I was like, what the hell, man? So as they were polishing my wheels, I was wiping them off. The manager come over there and he was like, hey, I just want to make sure the service was good. And I said, well, I'm out here polishing my own wheels, getting the dirt off. What does that tell you? He was like, oh yeah. And I said, yeah, there's some spots on my fuel tank right in between the APU and the fuel tank, and it doesn't even look like it got wet. So he grabbed a rag and went out there and cleaned it himself. And I always grab one of those how are we doing slips, you know, if it's good, I'll write good. If it's not, I'm gonna write some stuff down in the comments. That's how companies better themselves, man. You can't just let it go. Just like I get all these pop-ups for Flying J or Pilot when you're there, you know, how was the shower, how was the food, how was this, how was that. I'll be honest. I'm not going to be a dick about it, but I'll be honest. Like where I was at before I made my Monday delivery, I needed to do laundry. There was one washer and one dryer that was working. I was like, are you serious? A multi-billion-dollar company a year, and everything is out of order? And there was literally like 5 or 6 people ahead of me waiting on a damn washer. And I was like, man, it's going to be 7 o'clock at night. And by that time, it was just a little after noon. You got to think, an hour a wash, 7 people, that's 7 flipping hours, man. Or 5, 6 hours. How many people? I think it was 6 people. And then plus for your dry, you got to wait. Out of 4 dryers, it was 1 working. Out of 2 washers, there's 1 working. So, I'm looking to get out of there about 9 o'clock. I'm looking to sit there for almost 9 hours just waiting to do 1 load of laundry. And I told the dude, I was like, you know what? You can take my spot. I'm done. Screw this. So I made my delivery and went to this other Flying J in Ogden, which I wish I'd have made it that trip up there that Saturday, because it was a lot better. All their washers and dryers were working. Got to do my laundry. But yeah, I didn't do any recording last month. I had my boy with me for the whole month. It was pretty fun. Very expensive though. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, holy moly. You think it's expensive for one person out here. And you got a growing boy, 16-year-old? Good God. Man, I was blowing like, shit, 30, 40 bucks every time we got to the counter, man. There was no setting any money back that month. So I always set money back for stuff, you know, trips, events, things to do, things to buy. But there was nothing on that day, that month. So this time, I normally stay out about a month at a time. The requirements, I think I was told 2 to 3 weeks is the average. So I stay out about a month. This time I'm staying out 2 months. I'm staying out till September. I've got my wife's got a trip next month I want to give her extra money for. My boy's having his birthday party. I got my wife's Christmas present I'm gonna buy. I can't tell you because she watches the videos too, so gonna have to wait on that. And then I've got a vacation coming up, going to Vermont in December to go spend about a week with my sister. So I'm saving up, working extra, so we can have a lot of extra money to spend, you know, and not just go to the store and be like, oh yeah, look at that item, oh yeah, look at that item, no, oh yeah, look at that item, you want to get it? Sure, let's go. So I chose to stay out 2 months. I'll probably go back in September, stay off for about 4 or 5 days, and then head back out till, let's see, September, so come back in November, and then work a month and a half, and then be off for about almost 2 weeks, because we're spending Christmas at our house, and then we're leaving the day after Christmas, going up to Vermont. So I'll be home sometime before Christmas for my house, and then we're going to our trip to Vermont. So hell yes, I'm excited. I don't get to see my sister very often. She had come down last month. Actually, it was this month, July. It was right when me and my son got back, but it was just a pass-through, so she only stayed the night. So I got to see her for a little bit of that day and that night, and then she left in the morning, early in the morning, 3 or 4 in the morning. So I said, that's not enough, we're gonna come see you Christmas, so that's the plan. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off for now. Alright, it's working. Yeah, we're on 80 westbound now. Looks like we've got 22 miles to go to exit 84, I think. No, 21 miles to go. But I want to talk to you guys about truck driving. And are truck drivers not the most patient people on the planet? I mean, I'll explain, because I was standing in line the other day. I got to thinking, God, dog, well, we sit in line to wait for fuel. We sit in line to wait for our receipt if company requires a receipt. I mean, we're talking long lines. You know, not just, I mean, just 3-4 registers. Kind of reminds you of Walmart, one person working. We sit in line to purchase things at the store. We sit and wait for showers. We sit and wait for laundry. And that's not waiting for your laundry to get done. That's waiting a few hours so you can be the next person in line to do your laundry. A lot of people that go to Denny's, you guys should know this, you'll sit and wait for a while to get seated. You'll sit forever to get your food, to get your check. You'll stand there and wait to pay. Shipping and receiving, a lot of the times we gotta sit and wait. We sit and wait in traffic. We do a lot of sitting and waiting, and that's a lot of stress. So to be a truck driver, you have to be very, very patient. That's no shit. That's no joke. That you got to be very patient. There's a lot of sitting around and waiting. It's crazy. It's just crazy when you look at it in sequence or look at it in all the events, that how much time we sit and wait. Ain't no wonder, you know, why, you know, truck drivers and fuel islands and stuff, when somebody pulls forward, you know, they'll go in there, they'll go to the bathroom, get their receipt, buy something, or go to Subway or whatever. Truck drivers get impatient, start blowing their air horn, or getting on the CV, getting all pissy. Those are the guys that are losing their patience. Literally. About ready to crack. And I don't think we get the amount of respect that we should get out here. Meaning, you know, we're delivering America's freight for their stores, for clothes, to shoes, to cars, to toys, to guns, to ammo, to your beds, chairs, couches, tables, concrete to make your slab house or to make your sidewalk, the wood to build your home, shingles to shingle it so it wouldn't leak. But we're just a nuisance out here, it seems like, you know. We're just a big piece of equipment that's in the way all the time. One of these days it'll be ours, you know, like our time to shine, where we'll be respected. Meaning society will eventually come to realize, hey, these guys are working 70-hour weeks. You know, these guys drive 11, 10 off, 11, 10 off, 11, 10 off. These guys are away from their home, missing their family life, missing birthdays, Thanksgivings, holidays, you know, Christmas. These guys are doing what they have to do to keep America moving. One of these days we'll have that glory. I'm not sure when. You know, back in the day, back in the 60s or 70s, I talked to some of these old-timer drivers that have been driving for God knows they should probably fucking retire. But they tell me that being a truck driver back in the day was like being a doctor. I mean, you had that respect, you had the wages to go with it. You know, company driver back then that I hear was pulling in 130K, 140K a year. What happened? All these bigger companies out here are just destroying wages. I mean, there's some of these guys that are getting out of school driving for, God, I'm like maybe 28 cents a mile or something. I mean, you could make more money at McDonald's, I would think, after you spend what you need to do to survive on the road. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine at all. How do you even make it? Amazes me. But yeah, I think one day we'll get that glory. Maybe. I don't know. I know there for a while they were posting signs overseas like Iraq, Iran, Yugoslavia or whatever, Somalia, all those third world countries. They were putting signs at the borders saying, get your CDL, work for driving a truck in America, make good money. And I know where that a lot of our jobs have went is that. But now you know that the government took away company drivers per diem, meaning you can't claim work items anymore for company drivers, and they don't give you your food allowance anymore for company drivers. So holy shit, if you're just starting out, I don't even know. I mean, because at the end of the year you'd get all that back, right? You don't even get that back now for a company driver. It's the only time they give you, the government will give you claims for work items, and your per diem is if you're an owner-operator or a 1099. See, I'm a company driver, but I'm a 1099, so I get to claim everything. And the government, I think, is giving me $60 a day for per diem, and I get to claim work expenses. So I file once a year, so when I file, you know, after 2020, then more than likely all the per diem that I have accumulated and all the receipts that I have will most likely, I'm hoping, equal out where I don't owe the government. But I believe one day we're going to get that glory. I hope. But truck drivers ruin it for themselves, though, man. That one video I posted about destroying that truck stop, and it's the truck stop's fault, and it's the truck driver's fault as well. I mean, if you've got stuff in the back of your trailer, go find somewhere to dump it besides when you back into a spot. Don't just open your doors and dump it all out there. Piss bottles, and oil filters, and people just dumping oil, man. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So, you know, it's the driver's fault as well. We get bad rep for that. But the truck stop, too, they need to put up some kind of security system, cameras or something, to put a stop to that. I mean, it's not that hard to bag up your trash. I got a little trash can in here, and I just take the whole trash can to the trash bin and fucking dump the whole thing and bring the trash can back to my truck. I mean, it's pretty simple. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say about that. We deserve a lot more respect as drivers out here. Police officers get a lot of respect. They get to go home every night, see their family. Yeah, they're in dangerous situations, but so are we. We deal with traffic every day. We're forced to sometimes park in really bad neighborhoods and situations. There's muggings all the times at truck stops late at night or early in the morning hours. Poor lighting at truck stops, no security, so it's easy to get robbed. But we can't carry a weapon legally, you know, so we've got it rough, but we don't get that respect. We don't get that thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. But that's all I got to say about that. I'll turn it back on here in a little bit. Alright, we've got our exit 84, and after this, I don't know.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Salt Road.
Turn right on Salt Road. I'm going off of this Google, because even Googling it, their address is
Turn right onto Salt Road.
Interstate 80 to exit 84, and that's it. But it doesn't look too complicated looking at it now.
Continue for 3/4 of a mile.
Well, I gotta tell you, I love this 18 speed. It is nice. Alright, I gotta pay attention. There might be a truck entrance or something, I don't know. Morton Salt. Wonder what I'm picking up. Boy, reading the reviews online, they say you wait here for hours. I'm hoping that's not the case today. We work hard, we work safe, we work hard at being safe. That's the signs on the side of the road. Okie dokie, if you say so. Yeah, here we are.
Your destination will be on the right.
Easy peasy Japanesey. Alright everybody, that's the end of this journey.